Howdy, Heroes Hearth. This is Kyle Fergusson. Today I'm sitting down with PandaColada to talk about Li-Ming. This is from Heroes Rise Contender Series, 30k Violet versus Salt and Pepper Hots, Game 3. And this was a first pick Li-Ming after the enemy Johanna, so second pick there. PandaColada, thank you for joining me.
I'm glad to be here, thank you.
Li-Ming on Battlefield Eternity, a staple. A staple. Was there anything particular you were thinking while picking this hero?
Li-Ming is very good on this map, so you can pick it early. You can siege like I do right here. It's very good, even for the race.
Yeah, so then you're switching back onto the lane for a bit because they've now pushed you out. It's too dangerous to get back on that wall.
Yeah, it's like a back and forth on these situations.
Oh geez, yeah, now you're forcing the enemy Johanna to kind of pick up the D or take the massive damage that would be going into that tower.
Yeah, I'm really forcing on the flank.
Is there anything you're afraid of in this matchup? We got actually a Greymane and a Urel palling around in top right now. The enemy has a Brightwing. What's kind of your thoughts looking at the nice shot through the wall there to interrupt the Brightwing? What's your thoughts on the enemy team makeup being Li-Ming?
Well, in an early game, Hanzo can deal a lot of damage if I don't dodge the spells. But otherwise, like on Johanna, Pretend, she doesn't do a lot of pressure on me. So I'm pretty fine in early game to poke the wall. But right here, we should have done the easy camp. We are a bit AFK here.
Now you ended up picking at level 1 the Ether Walker. Teleport costs no mana. If Li-Ming hasn't taken damage in the last 3 seconds, teleport cooldown is reduced by 2 seconds. And casting teleport causes Li-Ming's next magic missile to deal 10% bonus damage. So you ran out of mana. Is that pretty common when you avoid something more like power hungry?
I mean, on this map, it's not the best for power hungry. I mean, all the ones are good. Power hungry is fine too. Like, I would say either Walker is the most standard nowadays. But power hungry used to be the best one. It never got changed, actually. But it's still very good. I mean, on this map, I would say other Walker is still better. Because
not really concerned here about the mana because there's not gonna be any orbs in the center fight.
Yeah, I don't really care. But I mean, I'm getting out of mana very quickly on this map because I'm constantly spamming my spells on the wall.
I had no idea that Ether Walker had a 10% bonus damage to magic missile. That sounds pretty nice for Battlefield of Eternity.
Yeah, for the race it's pretty good. Like you wanna spam that if you know you are safe. Like you E just before your Q, and it's a little more damage on your Qs.
And you can just sort of fire over the wall here. So are you using Arcane Orb sparingly for the race? Do you try to avoid it, or is it just all part of burning the enemy immortal?
I mean, it's kind of both. I don't know.
Now right here you are dealing with the enemy Urel, kind of making that pressure into you. You got Diablo to follow up. But otherwise team calls you to just get back to race then.
Yeah, we won the trade, so I come back to race.
Is this would this be your preferred Li-Ming spot for burning the top immortal when it's in this position?
Not really. Oh, here I got spanked by the Urel. I was trolling a bit. I mean, there's no real position for Ming, like you just position yourself safely.
Kind of a nice little dance though you're doing with the Arcane Orb. At a cooldown of 8 seconds, you bring it in for the magic missile time here, even getting in some auto attacks. And then as that cooldown comes up, you kind of back yourself up and around for that max distance shot.
Yeah, to that to optimize your damage. Yeah, it's good to do.
You're running out of mana again, but not a big deal. Magic Missile, pretty affordable. We're seeing some talents build up in the background here, so let's talk about those. You got your Triumvirate. If Arcane Orb hits an enemy hero after traveling at least 50% of its base range, the cooldown is reduced by 5 seconds, and 40 mana is refunded. Is there any other choice here on Battlefield of Eternity, or is this just the go-to because team fights can't happen and Triumvirate is good?
I mean, I would say overall it's the best one. Like you play safe and you have a lot of value with it. I'm a dominance enjoyer too, but I would say like you have less value. Like you have to get a reset to have value. But I would say if you have a nano boost, dominance is pretty good. So you can play more aggressive with the nano boost. But otherwise, Triumvirate should be the choice every time.
Well, that's an interesting idea.
Kinda.
So Nano Boost being from Ana, giving you bonus spell damage. So basically, because in that situation you're more the hard carry for the team, regenerating your own health is going to be a little more valuable, as Ana certainly isn't going to be helping you out too much while you're teleporting around.
Yeah, and you have a short window, so you wanna be as more effective as you can.
Well, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, yeah. Now, Charge Blast, I see picked up a lot in like flat and lower for Battlefield of Eternity, kind of this full Magic Missile build. Do you ever do that here?
I mean, if you want Q build on 7 and 4, yeah, why not? Like, if you are afraid to E in, if you think you can't really do that. I mean, if you are a beginner Li-Ming, why not? So Q build could be good, like you follow up on CC. It could be okay. Especially on this map, it's a good race too.
So you mentioned there that the enemy tank kind of makes the decision for you whether or not it's even safe to go in with a Calamity. And here, Johanna is not supplying the most pressure, therefore you can do a Calamity build.
Yeah, especially before 10. She can't really punish me.
With level 7, we see that Calamity teleport does damage to enemy heroes near its destination. You got the Ether Walker here, so teleporting costs no mana, taking damage in the last 3 seconds. So you, as long as you're not damaged, I guess you could chain faster together Calamities, correct?
Yeah, it's like 5 seconds. If you didn't get it, less seconds, yeah.
So looking at your team, if let's say you instead of a Tracer had a Hanzo or something along those lines, would you perhaps go into that Seeker here, or maybe be more focused in burn?
Actually, never play other build than this one.
Okay.
I might just change the level 1, the level 4, and the level 10 too, against Limarak.
That was very stylish what you just did there. You got the reset kills and immediately shot them over the wall to the Immortal to make sure you took advantage of the resets that were happening.
Yeah, it's a combo with the Wave of Force, level 10. It's pretty good to do.
The Wave of
Like
Force.
to be alone with your combo. Don't need your tank always.
And you got the Diablo you're kind of actively watching to frame up on.
Yeah.
Wave of Force, 30-second cooldown, deals damage to all enemies. I guess with a 30-second cooldown, you would never use this on an Immortal outside of an emergency situation.
No. I mean, you can use it like in late game if you are in a hurry. You can use it on waves. Also, now it's 30 seconds. It's got nerfed, so yeah, it's a bit annoying. But you would never use that on the race.
I guess that could be all right to pop it if you got to keep moving. Li-Ming always kind of has that trouble with the wave clear, particularly if you're all pushing out in the late game. So the enemy team now has things like that Blessed Shield, as well as the Dragon's Arrow. So looking at the enemy side, what are you watching while making these more aggressive positions?
Well, of course, the Blessed Shield and the Arrow. Don't want to get hit by that.
So with both those out now, you're going to kind of position basically wherever you want.
I mean, I always position myself on the flank, so I can myself put myself on their flank, so my orb can hit better, and they have less place to move out.
Oh, interesting. So to get past the tank, so they don't be the one to absorb it, but also to make sure, to kind of take advantage of the chokes that develop.
Yeah, and to hit everyone kinda.
Oh wow, that was very cool. Well done, well done.
Thank you.
So your team kind of herded them into the corner there, which supplied you this zone that you were able to use to really do the damage you needed. And then that teleport taking you right over the wall too, as you completed it. You must play a lot of Li-Ming.
Yeah, it's my most played hero, actually.
All right. This is perhaps the fastest sort of redirection of resets I've seen. Like using the resets to go over a wall, use it for the nearby immortal. A lot of players naturally it's just you get all the kills you need, resets go to waste. I don't need them anymore. I'm gonna walk my way out. Very cool. While that was going on, you got Illusionist. Li-Ming loses more than 20% of her health at once. Its cooldown is instantly refreshed, being the teleport, and activate. This effect has a 4-second cooldown. Increased teleport's range by 50%. So more getting back on there on the Hanzo and the Greymane, basically.
I mean, it's both for aggressivity and for safe, to be safe. I love this talent, like you can go through walls real easy. It's very good to take that.
In the situation here, as the enemy team sort of charged forward, I mean, granted, Diablo ended up being okay, and actually everyone kind of recovered their position. No wave of force to kind of like disengage. Is it unpredictable, or do you just know that your team's going to be okay, no need?
I mean, it depends. Sometimes I use wave of force to cancel stuff, but this game, there's no real stuff to cancel, except on the D maybe, or aerial jump.
Yeah, the threat is just so low that you know just to not even cast it in the first place.
Yeah, I would rather use my wave of force to combo.
Interesting.
Into my wave of force. I mean, into my realm, I mean.
That just shows a massive amount of understanding of the hero. Naturally, we're all spamming in the mid leagues. So going back, lost a lot of health, getting some mana. As the enemy team now has this pretty massive XP deficit. I mean, even their core is being pressured at this moment. Are you basically getting to go wherever you want, or are you still kind of fearful of those mega stuns?
I mean, as long as I'm on the side, I'm pretty safe, I would say. Like, I would just care about the aerial flank, maybe. Like, they could stun shine me after that.
But then you got that illusionist to kind of jump yourself over a wall that would get you out of that situation, possibly. I see it. I see it. Mirror Ball here. Fire 2 extra magic missiles. So magic missile fires an additional 2 missiles, but it has a mana cost increased by 5. Now here, I mean, the sheer volley that you're unleashing might be enough to just kind of pressure them out, but you are kind of more focused on the team fight here. So what's the exchange? How do you know when to burn an immortal / team fight?
I mean, here in this scenario, we wanna win the trade, so I will focus the hero. But if they back, I will focus the race.
Okay, so more just about where they're positioning and not so much doing the Storm League classic of, well, I'm burned, please leave me alone.
Yeah, it depends, yeah. I mean, usually on this map you can also solo race with Li-Ming and your team defense. Like we should have done on the first Immortal, if I remember.
So then immediately towards the enemy fight as Diablo's kind of looking around for it. So your primary combo here that you're looking for is that wave of force into your own Q, or do you frame it up differently?
What do you mean? Where was it?
So when you're gonna go for your combo with Wave of Force and try to full, 100 to 0 somebody, do you Wave of Force first and try to aim the magic missiles where they were, or do you use Wave of Force as like another piece of damage at the end of the Arcane Orb magic missiles?
So the combo like W, Q on what spot, and I Wave Force on a little bit on the right or the left, so the body of the enemy hero goes into the orb.
And
But
then,
it's a pretty advanced thing. Like it shouldn't be your goal every game if you're starting Li-Ming.
wait. So you frame up the Q, and as the arcane orb fires, you wave a force them so that the circle side is actually going deeper into them and dealing more damage.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And then teleport Calamity here would be just the cleanup, the end of things to get the reset, to get that exact kill exactly where you want it.
Yeah, you want to use Calamity for finishing kills. I mean, you can use it for poke too, but could be deadly.
Well, as we seem to be doing pretty well here in finishing up the core, tell me a little bit about a build you would recommend for beginner Li-Mings, perhaps. Would you go with the full Calamity build and just get good, or do you think there is merit to have more of the Silver League enjoyment of the Arcane Orb into things like Arcane Orbit?
I mean, you could play Orb build, but I think it's better to just go for the right build, the more effective one, right away, like this one. But you can also play Q build at first if you wanna practice the aiming spells. If you get good with that, and don't wanna get you in trouble with your E if you don't know how to do it.
If the enemy had something more aggressive like a Muradin or a tank that would stun more often, be in your face, whoever that might be, would you think about Diamond Skin? Or is Mirrorball the pick for Battlefield of Eternity?
Against the Muradin, no. I mean, Diamond Skin can be good, like if you have like a Zero tool, something like a Mosquito that can really one-shot you, or
Sure.
like a Pyroblast Keltas. But like, I never picked that because I'd rather have more damage. Like Mirrorball is actually so much damage in PV and PvP, so I just prefer that one.
And then
all the time.
If there had been a level 20, what would you have gone?
I think Talwasha, especially since I'm on ping, I don't really go repulsion on ping. But sometimes I go repulsion, especially like if they have a Junkrat to cancel his Reptile, for example. And also like the Archon is not bad, like only for finishing a core, if you think about it, just for sieging the last damage.
Junkrat, because Repulsion has the increased cast range, so you could knock him out of the tire cast.
Yeah, because he's very far usually.
Yeah. I can assume the ping part of you don't want to be knocking people far away when a little delayed as to where they're going to end up.
Yeah, and like I want to do the big combo, so, and it's pretty hard on ping. So.
And Tal Rasha's casting abilities increases the damage of the next ability by 5%, 20%, and that makes perfect sense because you have an additional ability plus the Ether Walker here to be empowering your abilities alongside.
Yeah, it's a really good talent.
Awesome. Well, sounds like this is an excellent build to just master and get deep into. And maybe we can all at home pass on those orb talents a little more. Thank you for your time, PandaColada. Hey, everyone watching at home here, be sure to like, subscribe, ring that bell here at Heroes Hearth for more Learn to Play Heroes of Storm videos coming up.